Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Andersen of Madison Maximize Living. Did you know that most people who go on a diet initially lose weight, then gain more than they lost back? That's right, people go on a diet and gain weight. The best choice is to change the way you eat. Most people don't realize that when we start feeding our bodies with the superfoods, the cravings for the junk food diminish, and what once you thought you could never live without, you don't even like anymore. Join co-host Stacy Hansen and myself as we cover the superfoods that build your best body and your best health. Coming up next on Maximize Living.
Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. We're talking today about superfoods and super products and super snacks. So we're really going to amp up your day. It's a super day. As you can see, we've got quite the bounty here. These are some examples of superfoods. So let's talk about some of these. Let's talk about this first. Now this is blueberries.
Yes, organic blueberries. And I put this down as one of those foods that, you know, if you could have a cup of these a day, you're in great shape. Now, you might get a little tired of it and not do it every day, but just load up your cereal or your snacks, put it in your yogurt. We call them brain berries. They're so healthy. To me, that's the number one superfood, blueberries. They actually have shown better memory function with people eating this because the polyphenols are so healthy for the brain. High in antioxidants. If you can get a cup a day, and you're doing awesome.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I do have blueberries on my cereal every morning. So A+ for me today.
All right, way to go.
All right, what else do we have here? So this are avocados.
Yes. When I went to school, I paid a lot in school to get an education, and the nutrition teacher said, you can't go wrong with an avocado every day.
Really?
Don't mind if it's every other day, but the quality of the fats in an avocado are very healthy for you. It's cardioprotective, high in antioxidants, high in fiber, and just dice them up and put them on your salad. And so one of our healthy snacks, we're going to make some guacamole in a little bit.
Ooh, I can't wait. Now tips on buying these, because I know it could be a little bit tricky sometimes. You want it to have just a little bit of give?
You want to have some give to it. It should squish a little bit like a tennis ball. And so many times you can see them in stores where I'm not going to buy that one, that's a little too old. Or they're so green that you don't want to,
they're like rock
when
hard.
is it going to get done?
Yeah.
There is a secret to ripening these. Put them in a brown paper bag, and the gases in there will help ripen the avocado faster.
A little bit quicker, but you're still probably looking at a day or two, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guacamole's not as good when it's hard avocados.
I've tried it when I've been impatient, and believe me, it's not. Oh, so now we've got this beautiful leafy green here. This is kale. Look at the gorgeous green on that.
Look at that kale. When you see something this deep in the produce section of your grocery store, this deeper green, buy it. It is just loaded with antioxidants and polyphenols.
Slam dunk.
And kale is one of the best foods you can eat. It's one of the healthiest foods on the planet, plant foods on the planet. It's extremely nutrient dense with very few calories, so you can't get fat on kale. So you got your fiber, loads of vitamins, high in vitamin K, cardioprotective, lowers blood pressure in the studies, lowers cholesterol. Foods like this are just superfoods.
Excellent to do. Now I noticed the texture on this, it's thicker than like a spinach. It's sort of like spinach, but it's thicker. So do you typically cook that before you eat it, or raw?
You can eat it raw. You can slice it and put it in use it as a salad. You can also brush it with olive oil and put it in the oven from 350 for about 15 minutes with some seasoning on it, and you make kale chips. You love kale chips.
Great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think I may try that. Okay, and then we've also
the kids will love it too, and they'll
eat
getting
it.
the good stuff in them.
Tricking them into eating it.
Yeah, it's all about tricking your kids.
I need that trick too. Walnuts.
Walnuts are amazing. It's amazing as a 3-pound bag from Costco. You know, it's not that expensive.
I was going to say, is that like $50?
No, it wasn't. I don't remember the cost.
But
it wasn't bad.
Wow.
And they last a long time. They're best refrigerated after you open, but they're high in fiber, high in nutrients, antioxidant. They've been reported to be important in fighting cancer in studies. just amazing amounts of things. Lipid profile improvement, anti-inflammatory. So a handful of walnuts, not a big hand like that, but have
Just
that
like
every
that.
day or every other day. And I say every other day because it's good to rotate foods. Because if you have the same food every day, you can get too used to it. So it's good to rotate food some too. These are superfoods, and it's hard to get allergies to fruits and veggies, unless you already have them, but it's hard to develop them. But it's still a good idea to rotate.
Well, thanks so much for this tip. You might even want to like throw these walnuts into your kale salad.
There you go, you're getting creative now.
Stay with us, we'll have more on superfoods right after the break. Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv. Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. We're having an exciting show today. We're talking superfoods. Now we're kind of into superfoods, super products to give you some ideas of things you can look for at your local store. So we've got quite a bounty here. Let's start with some of these drinks up front here, Dr. Pat. So you've got some green drinks. This is
called Green Aid. It's from Whole Foods. This and alternate fuel are great. I often mix the two together.
Yeah.
And what's great about this is that many juices have too much sweetener in there and too many fruits, and that's can turn into sugar. Green apple is very slow to turn into, Granny Smith green apple is very slow to turn into sugar.
So this has got green apple and I assume some veggies in there
And
too?
kale. And spinach. And lemon. And celery. So tell me what you think of this.
Let's try it. I'll give you my
Cheers.
honest opinion here. Cheers. Oh wow, it's great. You know, it reminds me of lemonade.
Yeah.
Wow, this would be
This is
like a
so
really
healthy
refreshing
for you.
drink for summer. That's it's honestly very good.
Now the next one I like to try.
This one too?
Yeah.
Suja?
Suja.
Now what's suja?
Suja is a fancy name, but it's got apple, celery, cucumber, kale, collard greens, lemon, mint tea, spinach, and ginger in it. Spirulina, chlorella, barley grass, and alfalfa grass.
So a lot
This is
more.
loaded, and what's really cool is at Costco you can buy this. It's like $8.99 for 64 ounces of juice, and it stores for a couple months in your refrigerator.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
so you could just
So
buy
you
it
get
bulk.
four, six, maybe sometimes 8 weeks. So try this. I've actually done a fast where I just drink this for two and a half days.
How did that go for you?
I lost weight and it felt great.
You did?
Yeah, and so it's full of nutrients. And the rule of my fast was
right.
have it as much as you want.
You know, it's more vegetable-y.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet as this one, but it reminds me maybe of a vegetable juice that's just like lighter, more lemony.
But imagine getting this stuff in your body on a regular basis. When you, instead of grabbing a soda, grab a drink of vegetable juice. You want to get a quick charge there, you get your body, nutrients into your body, do that.
Yeah.
Well, you hydrate and get the antioxidants and veggies and fruits that you normally wouldn't even get.
Just to get them in so quickly too, and so easily. Now this kefir.
Kefir,
Yes,
yes.
you've made me a fan of kefir.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
So there's lots of different kinds of kefir, but it's store-bought and is easy. Or you can make your own. It's just loaded with probiotics, and we don't get enough of that to keep our guts healthy. It's a crisis in our country as our gut health.
Yeah, and the probiotics are so much more than just regular yogurt too.
Yeah.
You'll feel a difference.
Yeah. Although this particular brand right here of Noosa, what I was impressed with is one of my favorite yogurts.
This is yogurt? Yeah.
Noosa, it actually had 5 different probiotics in there.
wow.
Many only have 1 or 2 or sometimes 3. This one had 5 different probiotics in it. So I really like this brand.
So that's a good one to try then
Yes.
as well. So what if you just feel, a little bit snacky? What if sometimes, at night, at least I do, I get more of a salty, a savory craving rather than a sweet craving. So I was pleased to see these cheese straws are on.
Gluten-free cheese
That I
straws
could have
from
these.
Maryland's at marylandsglutenfree.com. You can order them. She's a nice lady, small business, working hard to start her company, and these things are out of this world. Sometimes you find a product, you just can't stop talking about it. And
this
these
is
are
one?
awesome. These are cheese straws.
Ooh.
So go ahead and
I'll take
dig
one
in
here.
there.
That's what they look like. It's kind of like a healthy
Some of them can be
Cheeto
really long
biscuit.
too. Yeah.
They've got a really like cheddary flavor to them. It's kind of like a crunchy biscuit type texture. Really good.
So that's a great snack. This is what the kind of things you want in your pantry so you don't grab the junk food.
Yeah, have that right in front so you see that and you're not tempted. Or just don't have the junk food in your pantry to begin with.
Which if you'd like us to come out to your house, we would love to come out to your house and do the Great Pantry Challenge, where we'll go through the pantry with you and help you decide on what to keep and maybe what not to keep.
Yeah, definitely contact us if you'd like to do that. Well, stay with us. We'll have more on super products right after the break. Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv. Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. We're talking superfood products today, and we're trying a lot of exciting new things that you can find at your local store. So let's get into this here. This hummus has been close to me. I've been eyeing it up.
There's hummus among us. Yeah. This is one of my favorite brands. Once I tried every kind of hummus in the world, I think. And once I got this, I never bought another kind. Earl's
well,
was
that's
just
saying
awesome.
something.
It really is. And this is a hot Giudanera, I think that's how you pronounce it. I buy it all the time and I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's just awesome. And once you try that with a chip.
Yeah, so
and
what
these
kind
are
of
late
chips do you
July
like?
chips. These are gluten-free, late July chips. And these are available at Costco in a size that I hope lasts you a while because they're huge. But isn't that delicious?
It's really good. I was a little bit worried because of the hot in the name, because I'm not really big on spicy, but it's just the slightest bit spicy. It's just the perfect amount.
Yeah, and the consistency of this hummus is awesome.
It's really good. It's not too oily like some of them are. It's just right.
If you want to try it and go to the next level healthier,
The next health
try
level.
it with a perfect scooper, a celery stick. It's a great way to snack. So having celery and hummus in your refrigerator, you're going to grab something good.
Completely guilt-free this way too. I mean, you could snack on this all night.
Yeah.
So what else do we have here? Speaking of guilt, I'm eyeing up these pastries here. These are Maryland's as well. That was that same small business you were talking about.
Small business in Atlanta, marylandsglutenfree.com. And they taste awesome. And there are 4 different kinds. And you selected the cinnamon one.
The cinnamon coffee, did you say? Cinnamon coffee cake or something? Doesn't that just look sinful? There's even like a filling in there. But you're telling me that this is healthy?
Yes. It's still dessert, but it's about as healthy as you can get for dessert.
This tastes like cake. How is this so healthy?
That's just it. When you're into health foods, you try so many different things, and some of them, frankly, taste like sawdust, and you don't want to eat them. So it's really fun when you find products that are good for you that taste great too. And what happens is you lose the taste for the other stuff. You just want the real, live, full foods.
I can eat this whole thing right now. So take my word for it. This is something you want to try. So what else do we have here? We've got, well, since I'm on dessert.
We're not doing food combining very well here, are we?
Can we do the chocolate next?
Oh, sure.
You've got Green Blacks, organic. This is
Green and black. This is great dark chocolate.
70%.
70% or higher is what you want. Dark chocolate is really high in ORAC value, which means it absorbs free radicals. But just try this.
I mean, you can't go wrong with chocolate, let's face it.
It is my weakness.
But this is pretty good. And this is good for me to have a square of this a day, right?
Oh, yeah.
For my antioxidants?
Yeah, it's really off the charts high. Dark chocolate is an antioxidant. And another brand I really like is called Lintz.
I like that brand too.
It's a little less expensive, and 70%. But if you're really brave, you can go up to 90% cocoa. And that's a little stronger.
It starts getting a little bit stronger and
bitter.
bitter. Yeah, I usually cut it off.
Sometimes you
about
can mix
70,
the two too, and then you get, if one feels like a little too sweet, then you can just use something a little stronger.
And you told me a trick too about trying a little honey with the chocolate
Yeah.
even. So that might be something I try as well. Let's keep snacking. We've got Mary's Gone Crackers.
Mary's Gone Crackers.
What do you like about these?
Well, they're gluten-free. And they are just hearty, nutrient-dense crackers. Look at that.
Oh wow, look at those. tastes like there's a lot of seeds and things in there, a lot of good things
A lot
in
of
there.
seeds, peanut free,
Grains.
all the grains, brown rice, quinoa, brown flax seeds, sesame seeds. Yeah, they're just loaded with good stuff.
And they taste like they'd be really filling too. Like you wouldn't have to eat a lot of them to really feel satisfied.
So you pick a like a more pungent cheese you might like, or a goat's cheese.
Oh, that would be great on
Really
this.
tasty with that. You don't necessarily have to eat a lot of it, but you can get some of that pungent, rich cheeses with a cracker like this. These are just finds, and you just can't help but share those things with you, because when your refrigerator's got these and your pantry's got these in it, you know.
You don't need the other stuff.
You're not grabbing the ho-hos and the diet sodas and the other stuff.
Stay with us. We'll have more on some superfoods right after the break. Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv. Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. We're talking superfoods and healthy eating today, and now we're going to do a little bit of healthy speed cooking. We're going to start off with some oatmeal, I understand?
Yes, these are steel-cut oats. You buy them in bulk, very inexpensive and very healthy for you. So what I did was simply cover this with about 2 cups, 1 cup of oats to 2 cups of water, put a tablespoon of lemon juice in it, and let it soak overnight. You can just cover the pan, don't even have to put it in the refrigerator. There's lots of different things you can do that. And these oats will open up and they'll be the nuttiest, chewiest that you can do. So I poured off the water. We're gonna add some raisins to this.
So why the lemon juice on that?
It helps to control the phytic acid.
Okay.
Because sometimes there's acids that upset your digestion in grains. It helps lower that.
Oh, interesting.
And then put a little cinnamon on there.
Cinnamon we've talked about.
Well, I
That's got
think
so
I'll
many
put the
health
hot water
properties.
on first.
Okay.
Just to warm that up and
But we have
bring
talked
it back
about
to life a little.
cinnamon being incredibly good for you too. And
It is like dark chocolate, except it's hard to eat that much cinnamon.
You gotta add it in something else, I guess. I think you said something about putting in a little bit of honey or something.
Yeah. So you can make this whatever texture you like. Sprinkle on a little cinnamon or honey. You like cinnamon, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And try that.
Try that, okay.
It's really chewy and hearty.
It is.
And it's quick. It takes you 30 seconds to soak the oats, and you just basically heat it up in the morning. Pour off the water, pour some hot water on it.
And it really just seems like it's something that would really stick with you throughout the morning too. You know, where you sometimes all of a sudden, like 2 hours later, you're starving again after breakfast. And
I like the raisins because they plump up and they taste really good with that.
They get really
and if you want to
soft.
heat it up hotter, you can heat it. There's a couple different ways of doing it. But it's so simple, so fast.
Excellent. So let's move on to, was lunch now?
Well, let's do lunch here. This is roasted salmon. These are one of those great finds in the store. These are smoked salmon available at Whole Foods. I just love this stuff. I can't keep it in the house long enough.
Yeah, I mean,
When my kids are home,
that
it is
look
gone in overnight.
well, as soon as he set it on the table, I was about to eat it. It just looks so appetizing.
So this is probably the quickest meal that you can make. Simply take that out, peel the back off, and lay it on a bed of greens or kale or spinach. And how
that's
would
it?
that be for a lunch?
Oh, that'd be great.
Is that healthy speed cooking? I didn't cook much, but
I like that you didn't really have to do anything because you could just get your
what a balanced meal.
bagged lettuce and
And some of the oils on the salmon will actually be the oil on your salad.
wow, that salmon is so good.
Isn't that awesome? 4 ounces, so you're not getting too much or too little. It's great protein. Salmon is one of the great foods to eat. Just make sure it's wild caught, because farm raised wouldn't recommend it. Too many pollutants and PCBs and toxins in there. Fed well.
Wow, that is so good.
Next, one of my favorites is guacamole.
That's a good way to get that avocado superfood into your day.
And so what we do is simply cut the avocado. See if I have a good one. And I do.
You do.
It's like a
It is kind
treasure
of a gamble.
chest gamble.
It is with avocados.
So you want those avocados to have a little spongy feeling to
Just
them.
squeeze them just a little bit at the store.
And then here's the best trick of all. I learned this in a Mexican restaurant. To get
Yeah?
that's how you
Look
get
at that.
That's how you get the pit out, you know?
And then you can just
Scoop
scoop
that
it right out.
And then from there, it's mash away course, when my son first made this, he used his fingers to do it, and I said, let's use a fork next time.
Yeah, was he pretty little?
Yeah, it was his first time, but he loved guacamole.
Oh, yeah.
So you just mash that up, add some salsa of your choice.
It's hard to go wrong with salsa, I imagine. As long as you've got all natural ingredients.
You stir that up. So that's healthy speed cooking.
I love how fast these are too, because there's sometimes where you're starving and you just don't want to take the time. And
Right.
rather than reach for something
Starving or
processed
tired, I always add a little
not good for you.
pepper here and sometimes a little sour cream in there, a dollop of sour cream. Sour cream is awesome in that. Try that with the world famous
With the chips?
Late July chips. This is one of the best snacks you can have. Avocado, it's a way to get it in every day. The tomatoes you're getting are awesome for you. The onions, the garlic, and then a great chip.
Yeah.
So you can eat healthy and you don't crave the junk food then.
No, there's no way you'd be craving anything after these delicious meals. Well, stay with us. We'll have more right after the break. Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.
Thank you for watching our show on superfoods. I hope that you have added some of these awesome superfoods to your shopping list. Eating nutrient-dense real food is one of the 5 essentials of health. You can't live without it. You also can't live well if you are structurally out of alignment. It is impossible to know if your structure is well without being checked. That is why I recommend calling 608-833-1282 today. For Maximize Living, I'm Dr. Patrick Andersen. Until next time, live well and God bless.
Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.